What's up, guys? Today we got this little guy right here, which is a Milwaukee electric ratchet. However, they came out with a new version, so let's go ahead and unbox it. This is the fresh released M12 fuel electric 3/8 ratchet. This is the 2567-22. 22 means that it has two batteries in it and is a charger because it is a kit. Now, this one is supposed to be significantly faster and better and smaller than the original 3/8 version, or even the 1/2-inch version too. I do have quite a few of these. I have the extended reach, which I absolutely love. This thing's great. I have the 3/8 version, which is the original, which is the 2557-20. I also have the 2556-20, which is a 1/4-inch drive. And I know a lot of people like this because of the smaller size head. However, honestly, I barely ever use the 1/4-inch drive stuff. Not to say they're not dirty though. What do we have in here? This new Milwaukee little, if you guys don't have one of these or haven't watched a video on this thing is amazing, but let's go ahead and open up the box. On a lot of the smaller M12 tools, it comes with a nice little bag, which does have a good organization to it usually, as you can see right there. They do a nice job with strapping it down. Looks like, you know, the other battery can go under here. So if for whatever reason you like these little kits and you like storing them in the kits, you definitely can. One thing is though, it doesn't have any sort of labeling on it like the normal M18 plastic blow molded cases, you know, where you do have a nice little label on the side, which is kind of handy, but honestly, I throw these things away. I know a lot of people keep them, but once you have a lot of tools, then they just kind of become a bit of a nuisance and kind of hard to store. We have just the basic M12 charger. I do have a couple M12 chargers left, guys. I know last video I was giving away a lot of M18s and M12s, so if you guys need an M12 charger, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these that I'm trying to get rid of still. So yeah, let me know, DM me on Instagram, and you know, you can start up your M12 kit. That's gonna go in my little pile of chargers right there. Now, the one thing we can never have too much of are the M12 batteries or the M18 battery lineup. This particular battery that comes with this is the CP 2.0, which is an excellent battery. You know, it's nice and compact, and obviously the tool can use 3.0 amp hour batteries and the 4.0 amp hour batteries. Basically, you know, whatever we got. I think they even have 6 amp hour batteries now as well. You may be saying to yourself, it looks like you got a lot of Milwaukee tools there, and I haven't even showed you half of them. But, oh dudes, look at that. Okay. I'm gonna show you a size comparison here in a sec. This is pretty crazy. So it comes with 2 batteries, right? See if they're charged. Let's see. Ooh, already sounds way faster. So it's got 2 bars on it. Let me go grab a fully charged battery and I'll get these ones on the charger. Let's see how the other one came, just to see. Normally they don't come fully charged, and that's totally fine. That one has 2 bars as well. So here's another CP 2.0, and pretty sure, yeah, that one's fully charged, so you can see the little indicator light right there. Let me show you why you would want to buy the new version. And it's pretty easy to figure out. Look at the head size. Can you look at that? Look at the head size. So much smaller on the new 3/8. I mean, it's insane how much smaller that is. Look at that. The overall total package of this thing is completely smaller. That is sick. Oh yeah, dudes. Okay, so that was always a lot of people's complaints on these, is that the head was too big on the fuel, and honestly a lot of people were actually using the non-fuel version just due to the basic fact that the head on the wrench was smaller and it was the same size as the 1/4. And it does look, so here's the old 1/4. Pull this off because this is a little condom sleeve thingy. And honestly, so the design is a little bit different. It's pretty much exactly the same, but you do get a little bit more plastic now on the newer version here. And the overall height looks to be about the same as well. So let me kind of line those up. But just barely shorter. I mean, it's really marginal at best. So Not, you know, not a huge thing or anything like that, but you know, it's something different. Look at the size difference here. So just grab a 10 mil on here. I want to show it obviously in use, but listen to the sound here. So put a socket on here just so you can see how fast this new one spins. It's absolutely crazy how much faster the new one is. Watch. Look at the backside. See the little, see this little thing? Look at it spin. Just so you guys can kind of get an idea. That does not go around that fast. You can literally like watch it. This one, it's so fast you can't even watch it. So let's go ahead and put it on some bolts, because I know you guys want to see that. I'm curious to see what the breakaway torque is, what the fastening torque is, and all that. These are not impact wrenches or impact drivers by any means. They're really not meant to, you know, like really break away at a high torque level. So you're gonna use, you know, one of these impacts. This is the new mid torque, or you'd use the old M12 stubby, or the older version of the M12 mid torque, or the high torque. You know, you'd use one of these. So I do have a lot of these, and I like them all. Even have the new version of the mid torque, and I do really like the new mid torques. They are really awesome. They're much more compact design. So if you guys are unaware, these ones came out just a little bit ago too. They even have a stubbier version of this, just the regular, and it's even more amazing. So I still haven't gotten that one. I need to get that one. But the M12 batteries, guys, are absolutely amazing. All right, so we're gonna watch this break loose, and this is the newest. This is some Vanos bolts. I have not touched these at all. Okay, so breakaway torque there. And like I said, this is not for, you know, busting out a crazy amount of torque. Also, you don't want this thing ripping out of your hand. So let me put it on the old version. That's actually a good test of, you know, the torque. It has to break away a little bolt. See how the old one does. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we may be sacrificing some of that torque for speed, which really, in my opinion, is totally fine. You really shouldn't be using these things to be like, you know, going crazy with breaking away bolts, but let's try it one more time. Yeah, okay. Nope, still not breaking that away, but you could do this, right? And now, okay. So you see how that is? Basically, it looks like we're sacrificing a little bit of torque for a lot of speed. Okay, so torquing that down, that felt solid. Put it back, torque it down again. I mean, it has a good brake, you know, it does do that well. So that torqued it on. Now, can it take what it torqued on off? No, it's not. So what it's breaking away, you know, it might need a little bit of your hand movement, which is not a horrible thing by any means. It's really not. But I would expect a little bit more torque on breaking it away, honestly. But like I said, we're sacrificing that for speed, so that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna say that that's an end-all be-all. Now, I know some people do this technique, and this is not a great technique, but it's a cheater technique that sometimes work. I would call it the running start, if you will. Don't do this at home. Let's try it though. Okay. Running start wise, it busts it loose, okay? So not the best thing in the world, but obviously it has better breakaway torque when doing that. But you know, normally I would just take something, slightly break it loose with my hand, and then bust it the rest of the way loose, which is whatever, right? It's just use it like a ratchet, you know? Use it like you would. I think most people tend to do that, you know, with a ratchet. You're like, okay, where are we at? All right, and let's speed it up, because, you know, you can kind of get an idea of how that bolt is as well. So something to think about on this. It does seem like they'd sacrifice a little bit of torque for a lot of speed. So speed test, side by side. We're gonna bust two nuts off. Let's go. That one was like done a long time ago. Let me just show you running this thing off real quick till it comes out. Done. Go ahead and run this back, right? So we'll show you how long that takes. All right, that's tight. That bolt's a little bigger than it should be, so yeah. Put the same socket on it so it doesn't seem biased or anything like that. All right, so now let's show this coming out. Super fast, right? Way faster. Let's show. So again, running it down, ready, set, go. All right, and one more time. Right, it's off. So super huge improvement on speed. And honestly, that was one of my biggest reasonings for using the stubby most of the time. So I'll just give you an example of using an M12 stubby. This is a 1/2 inch, so I'm just adapting it. But watch how fast this is. See, these are very fast, these impact wrenches. Also, they're gonna give you more torque, but obviously they're not gonna work in the tightest spaces where, you know, you're gonna need a ratchet. So it's like always just having the correct tool for the job. And most of the time this is gonna do just fine. And honestly, most of the time both of these are gonna work, but like you can see the size difference here. That is such a big difference there. I mean, man, this thing's gonna get into so many more spots. And I'm actually really excited. I have a feeling they're gonna come out with an extended version of this with the smallerness, I hope, you know, with the smaller head. Nice big long skinny head on this thing. That would be cool if it was like this long, because I'll tell you what, the extended reach, you'd think like it's gonna be harder to get into spots with the extended reach. No, it makes it so much easier. So yeah, and then size wise, you can get this in 1/2 inch, you can get this in 1/4 inch drive or 3/8. I say get 3/8. I use 3/8 for pretty much everything, and that's just my go-to. It really depends on what sockets you use the most. 1/4, you're gonna have even more room because the sockets will be a little bit more shallow. So, you know, if you're thinking about getting into tight spots and you wanna work around that, and you're never really going over anything, I don't know, bigger than like, say like a 15 mil, not to say you can't get 1/4 inch drive and bigger than 15 mil, but usually, you know, you're like right around there. So that's why I like 3/8, you know, pretty much up to 22 mil is pretty standard. As far as, you know, up to 19 or 22, and then, you know, after that you'd probably start going with a 1/2 inch drive head. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video here. Hopefully that helps you out, kind of seeing like how much better these are, how much faster these are. It's amazing. I'm super stoked on this. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. We will talk to you soon. Later, and wrench on.